Solway, everyone who's watching this, Solway is hello. And welcome back to another Alpha Hour.
We're not started yet, though. I think we gotta.
Oh, that's
We're not on. Yeah, we're not on Instagram yet. Here we go. Here we go, though.
Well, I mean, like it still starts at the beginning of the live session.
Yeah, so Dad,
So
we did start.
practically, it has started.
Yeah, we're up
actually,
now.
but-
We're
Anyway,
live.
hello everybody.
Hey,
This
how's
is
it?
Alpha Hour. where
Yeah,
we
welcome everybody
drink
to Alpha
drinks.
Hour. We have our drinks because we're men. Don't worry. But
It's healthy
yes,
Non-alcoholic.
it's
yeah.
healthy, and we're just gonna enjoy ourselves today.
and talk about CrossFit specifically. But if you guys have any questions,
Put them down in the comments. We'll mostly answer a lot, but yeah.
yes, please ask questions because last time we no questions, and that was sad. So ask questions.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get into it.
Well, you're burning some time. What's new in your lives?
Nothing. Well, we have
Madden
Oh,
25.
I see. Here, Dougie Forever sent a DM about fantasy. Yes, we'll get back to you. You're on the list for sure. We actually had a number of people reach out. Thanks. In fact, we might be oversubscribed, so Max is considering.
Yeah. So don't worry, guys. I'm putting in this into consideration. Dad, I don't think you want me to do this, but I'm gonna try to do multiple leagues, so then whoever signs up has a chance.
Yeah. I think we're oversubscribed for our first league, but we have Dougie Forever's in there, and Jaden from our podcast is in there, and a number of other people that we're familiar with. But we had a lot of people reach out, so that was super cool. So thanks for reaching out. It should be fun. Max is a football fanatic, and so
he's a maniac.
One of the things we've talked about, Max, is that you'll do a sort of a weekly recap of fantasy, what went well, what didn't, who are the big losers and winners in fantasy, and then you can go over our league stats and stuff.
Just beware, the draft, you're not going to get the good players that you want. You're going to get one, and then it's going to be over. So,
well, with that many players, yeah, you're not going to get a bunch of superstars, right?
Yeah, you're only going to get like one or two.
Okay, we got actually a good amount of questions coming in here.
I can't see any.
Let's see here. Will you? I'm not seeing on our stream here. I'm not seeing the Instagram ones show up there. So I see them over here though. Okay, so because we're streaming on both YouTube and Instagram at the moment. Okay, so one is, do you believe college is worth it? What do you guys think? We've talked a little bit about college.
Depends how you feel or like what you want to do. If you want to be an early bird, right? Early bird gets the worm and just go straight out into the world and make money, or be an entrepreneur or something. Maybe you don't need to. You probably don't need to, actually. It's probably just like a big waste of money at that point. But if you want to do like a hard job that like requires not a permit, whatever you have when like you graduate,
like a doctorate or a master's.
Yeah, if you need, if you have something like that, like
or an engineering degree.
Yeah, right. So like you need something.
Yeah, so like a STEM field, like engineering or architecture or
doctor,
lawyer, things like that.
In that case, maybe yes, right, and then possibly it might work out better in the long run. But if you just want to like get straight to it and maybe start making a living immediately,
yeah,
maybe you don't need to.
Yeah, it's I think that's a good input. It's I think it's a personal choice for a lot of people, and college is so expensive now. It's a big trade-off.
Yeah.
But if you're looking to be an entrepreneur, start your own business, there's so many great resources online you can learn for free that you don't have to take $75,000 to $100,000 in debt a year. But to your point, there are certain fields that you really do, you do need to go to college and learn. So I think that's a good comment there. So here's another opinion on illegal immigration.
Okay, so basically, illegal immigration, I don't really personally like it because, first of all,
illegal.
These people you never know if they could be, first of all, terrorists, or if they're serial killers, or if they're criminals.
Or just average dudes.
Yeah, or average dudes. So you never know. So that's why we want to, put the border up, put the wall. So then,
it keeps more safe.
Yeah, it keeps more safe because you never know if they're criminals. So it's just the best to do to keep them out. And they'll just and most of these criminals and terrorists and all those people, they destroy things. They kill people and they ruin the lives of Americans.
Do you think? What do you think? Do you think there's good and bad people coming across?
Yes.
There's obviously good and bad people.
Yeah.
The difference though, with illegal immigration compared to normal immigration is that normal immigration, there's a much less chance that there's a terrorist or some bad person that comes in because you have to be checked, right? Background check, make sure you're okay to come into the country. Meanwhile, illegal immigration is just where you can basically just enter freely. Screw being screw a background check or anything. You're just, now I'm here, right?
Yeah. What would you, so you're in favor of people coming in legally?
Yes.
And if there's a lot of people who want to come in legally, do you think there's ways we could make that easier? Some people claim, I would say people claim it's not that easy, or it takes a lot of time.
I do think it takes a lot of time to get into the country. So possibly if it's just I don't know, maybe you just go up to I honestly don't really know how to sign up for America because I didn't have to. You guys did because I was 1 year old, and how would I have known how to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'd say if it's quick and if it's simple and if it's not where you have to read 50 pages of stuff, yeah, that's probably easier.
Yeah, it's probably reasonable to say that they could reform some of the rules to have faster tracks to get in. We want good people to come in, right?
Yeah.
We don't want bad people.
Yeah, we just don't want bad people. So it's yeah. I mean, I think it's a rational take. Here's another good question. Somebody said Matt, they can't wait to play guitar with you, Max. So we'll have to cue that up someday. Max is working on his guitar. He had a recital 2 weeks ago.
I think it was I don't know, May something.
Yeah,
I think it was May 23rd.
You did well. Proud of you. Okay. Here's another one. Opinion on Elon Musk with the big beautiful bill. I don't know if you guys have seen Elon Musk's reaction to this yet.
No, I have not.
I haven't. Then.
I haven't seen his reaction.
I know about the big beautiful bill. I know some of the stuff.
It's the most beautiful bill.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
We reacted to some dude that was complaining about getting basically $25,000 in a tax reduction or whatever with tax on tips. I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, it's interesting that
is a lot.
Yeah, so there are some liberals complaining about tax on tips having a limitation of $25,000 in terms of the write-off or the tax exemption. Look, it's a step in. I mean, I would say that's a step in the right direction. We're giving service workers, generally lower income service workers, a benefit. That's a good thing. Let's be happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. You guys haven't. I'll make just a quick comment on the big beautiful bill. To be honest, I'm not. I think there's some good things in it. It's I don't love these big bills for the reasons that are happening right now, which is they lump a lot of crap in them, and so things can't pass on their own merit, but they have the numbers, and so I think they're trying to do this because they can get through some of the extension on the current tax cuts. But the problem is they're not really cutting spending. So they're keeping spending largely the same, and they're not cutting taxes. And so when you don't have more money coming in and you're spending the same coming out, well, that's not really a recipe for balancing the budget. So yeah, candidly, I'm disappointed that we didn't have more cuts and maybe some rational view of what the taxation rates could be, that maybe they could have found a middle ground between the current tax cuts and and the rollback. So anyway,
it's a tax cut.
Yeah, the point is I don't think they went deep enough on fiscal responsibility.
But at least it's a tax cut. So just be grateful.
Well, it's extending the current tax rates, Max. Yeah. So it's technically a tax cut, but it's extending them. So if those taxes were to come in, it would offset some of the spending, but at the end of the day, we're still spending way more than we bring in, like almost 2 trillion.
Okay, we just
How about
got
the next
very
question?
deep in the first 10 minutes.
I
of
know.
this.
Okay, let's see what else we got. So I think the summary of that is we're largely with Elon. We don't think that they're being responsible.
Is that what he said? I don't know. I didn't.
We didn't see his.
Do you guys have a favorite music artist?
I like Morgan Wallen or Wallen, whatever.
Morgan Wallen?
Oh yeah, Forrest Frank. Sorry.
Who's Forrest Frank?
So Forrest Frank is a
know this.
Christian singer. And I'll say I like him because of his Christian music. It's like hip hop, but then it's also Christian. It's not like, like I remember Mom said this, but she was like, back in her day, she was like, the Christian music was just like, da, 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 and next thing you know, nowadays, it's like, it's like, he's doing like this hip hop, with like singing it with some rap.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, no,
yeah, we got it. How about you, William?
I personally,
you have no favorite.
I mean, like, I don't really like. I honestly don't really like me. Very funny, Max. I don't personally don't really like music very much, but if I had to choose, it'd probably be like some old dude. No, like.
Did you say
like,
if you had a music favorite,
song,
it would be an old dude.
An oldie song.
Oldie song. You like the oldies.
Oldies are pretty good.
You're like,
I remember you used to like Frankie Valli and those oldies, right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
You don't even know who they
You're
are.
an old soul, William.
I will say I prefer the instead of like the people who are like, a band, I prefer the ones like typically the people that just have like one person in them. I like those guys more rather than like Dion or whatever. Right?
Yeah.
That's
just a personal
Dion, you remember
preference.
Dion? Well, that's
I
pretty...
thought you liked The Wonder and like Run Around Sue.
Yeah, like those are good songs, definitely. But
okay, good. Let me see here.
Next.
I'm an old man.
Old man.
See, back in my day.
Somebody asked about who do you think would be maybe a good president and vice president in the next term? Trump's third term. Trump's third term, right?
No.
Yeah,
no, that's dictatorship.
Yeah, I know. We don't want that.
Yeah, that's good.
Just so people don't think we're crazy MAGA.
Yeah. So probably this is what I think.
Yeah.
JD Vance.
Okay.
With the
black dude.
Ramaswamy. What?
Ramaswamy.
Vivek Ramaswamy.
Yeah, him and JD Vance. I feel like.
I don't really know necessarily. I mean, like, honestly, I feel like it might be better because even though Ramaswamy is kind of more like Trump, he hasn't actually been in like office before, so he doesn't really understand how stuff would work. So,
yeah,
like
maybe that's good
to a great extent. So I think it might be better if
JD
Vance is first the president, so then Ramaswamy can also learn a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Okay, those are two. I would say those are two potential candidates. Yeah, good ideas. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How about this? Kind of in a gap in questions. You guys wanted to talk about
CrossFit.
Yeah. Okay. Would you share?
Are you going with the Murph?
Yeah. All right. You want to tell people what Murph is?
So the Murph is a CrossFit workout, and this one is very hard. So it's basically at first you do a mile run, then you do 300 squats, 200 push-ups, and 100 pull-ups. Then you do a mile run again, and then you're done. So, Dad, what was your time?
53 minutes.
All right. Mine was like, I think 46, 45.
Yeah.
Mine was 44.
Yeah, you guys both beat me.
Yeah.
It's because you were wearing a weighted vest.
You literally had a weighted vest on, so that kind of sucked for you. But.
Yeah.
So to recap, Murph it's a CrossFit workout. It's what they call a hero workout. It's named after a veteran, oftentimes somebody who died in combat. And so Murph, but this workout, it's a tough one. It's probably the most famous CrossFit workout, wouldn't you say?
By far.
This is the first time you've done it.
Well, we did the full one, I think.
The first time you've done the full one, yeah. This is the second time I've done it. And yeah, this is the first time I did it with the vest. I wore the vest doing it, but yeah, a mile run, then 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 squats, and then finish with a mile run. No
Oh,
problem.
yeah.
No problem.
It is so hard.
That's hardcore.
I mean, like, most people, even at our CrossFit gym, I looked at the leaderboard. They finished in like 53 or like in more.
Yeah.
Only like the skilled or the partner workout, like, or the partner one, got like under than 40. There's only like one.
We have some insane athletes at our gym. We're obviously we were, I think, one of the biggest CrossFit gyms in the Southwest, and we have some insane athletes there. They're really impressive.
People are
it's humbling.
Crazy there.
It's humbling to go there and work out. So we worked out this morning, right?
5 a.m.
Yeah. Hardcore.
Bam.
Yeah. But
yeah, that was hard.
Some of those, I mean, both the lady, like we have some ladies that are some of the top CrossFitters in the state, and same with men that are some of the top CrossFitters in the state, and they kick our butt. But it's inspiring to watch them. So let's see. I had a comment about Maxine Waters, who's senator, got fined for violating something. I'm not familiar with that, so can't comment.
Oh, the Mission Impossible.
Oh no, we don't want to spoil it though.
Well, you don't have to give away everything, but we did go to see the Mission Impossible movie.
This is what happened. No, okay.
The latest one.
Yeah, it's very good. Final Reckoning.
Beware, you're gonna be on your toes. You're gonna be like
you are on your toes the entire time.
Yeah.
The only thing I'll say is that AI is very close. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Launch a bunch of nukes around the world.
Yes.
It's basically a wrap up of the entire.
And Tom Cruise has to single-handedly stop the AI from taking over the world. And
there's like 5
and he goes
people
crazy.
trying to stop him.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool. I like he goes into like several like warships and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I
mean, that guy had an intense, I don't know how long in real life that movie would have been, but whatever it was, he was all over the world and in many places, action-packed.
It took 3 days.
Jeez. I bet he's tired after that.
I know. It's probably like, I need a vacation.
Right? Crazy.
The next day.
Good movie, though. Action-packed. Like, it's almost 3 hours. It'll keep you right on the edge of your seat. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Somebody
said Will can bench
5 million pounds.
5 million pounds.
He is a Sigma.
Because he's a Sigma.
I totally agree.
1 million is light work. That means like you're like the best, kind of. I think.
Yeah, you are Sigma. I will say, you guys both. It's really impressive because we got you into this a year ago. CrossFit,
year and a half.
A little over a year ago. And to see your advancement in terms of your strength and your mobility, some of it is technique, some of it is just pure, you're just getting stronger. And it's pretty impressive. Like, you guys hitting PRs every time we do max lifts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think now, I mean, like, it's insane. Thing is, I haven't done a deadlift in so long. Like,
you did them this morning.
I know, like a 1 rep max.
Oh.
I want to.
You don't want to one rep max that often.
That's the one thing I want to do really badly next.
Mom, are you okay?
Mom. What was the comment? The 5 million pounds?
That's funny.
Yeah. I don't know what Mom's laughing at.
No, I think it's Mark's game.
All right. Let's see. What else we got? I don't know. Okay. So, you guys are getting stronger. You want to talk a little bit about how about your favorite lifts? What's your favorite thing to do in the gym?
Number 1 favorite lift is deadlift. Number 2, clean. 2 is probably either clean. Yeah, 2 is clean. And 3 is either back squat or
front squat.
No, it's either back squat or bench.
Yeah, bench press is actually my 2.
I'm stuck between those 2.
Bench press it goes deadlift as my number 1, bench press is my 2, clean as my 3rd one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or like clean complex or stuff. So.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Those are good. It's something about a barbell, isn't it? It's kind of cool.
Just lifting it so nice.
It's beautiful.
Cool.
It's the beautiful barbell.
The big beautiful bill.
It's the big beautiful barbell.
Let's see here. I got a couple of questions that have come in here. One was like, do you still have justification for Trump's economy? That's actually not a specific question, but if you got a specific one, you could weigh in. We did just talk about the big, beautiful bill and our split feelings about it. So I know people don't like Trump. It's okay.
MAGA.
Yeah. And we are mixed on some of the things he does, but we like some of the other things he does. So anyway, nonetheless, somebody asked, do you do rope climbs at the gym?
Yes, we do.
We've done them a few times. I mean, like,
They're
I'd
hard.
say
They are
pretty hard. You've taught me the technique,
if
right?
you,
You
like-
take one foot, you
Yeah,
grab it, and then
Well,
you
okay.
stand on it, right?
No.
No, not to the
Well,
top. Well, I'm
the
scared to go
worst-
to the top because it'll just fall down.
Yeah, the worst part, yeah, but it's
Worst
also
part's
kind of
going
hard to
down.
get to the top. That's why in CrossFit you only do like 5. They only do like 5, and then, but also the worst, like can possibly happen if you're on a rope climb is slide down. Because I mean, then you get that rope burn on your legs. So
Did you ever read that book, Sliding Down a Rope?
no,
By
Dad.
yeah,
Dad.
No,
it was written by Dick Burns.
It's not funny. That's not a good
Is that
joke
not
to
appropriate?
be saying in front of however many people are watching at the moment.
Oh,
Dad, seriously,
it's like, I don't know. That's funny though, right?
Dick Burns.
Sliding down a rope by. Okay, there was another question in here. Let's see. Let me get back to it. Question about technology advancements from M. Tucker. Could the reality be Terminator, Ready Player One, Bicentennial Man, Robot? Boy, what do you guys think? We've talked a lot about AI actually at home and the dangers of it,
Mm-hmm.
right?
I mean, but like AI, I hate Waymos. You guys,
We know-
come.
don't
I
know
say
that, right?
this. They
And they're
can come
talking
to
about AI.
Terminator.
We know you hate Waymo.
I know. So, and Waymos are AI. AI is helpful, but you can't give it too much glory, kind of.
Yeah.
You gotta make sure you control it, or else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so AI one day.
Skynet. Terminator.
Oh yeah, Terminators.
We don't want
So
that.
one day it can come to Terminator.
Yeah.
If it gets that much, and then a robot kind of breaks out of the, coding, kind of goes like, rawr, boom, boom, boom,
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have a favorite future movie?
Terminator.
Terminator?
Ready Player One's also pretty cool.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool.
Because you get to see these comic book characters and then the giant iron guy.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
forget the name of this one. It's like these people that like live on Mars or something. Remember? They're on
Martin. Is that it?
No.
Martian.
They're on like it's like
We saw that with Matt Damon. Yeah.
they're like on a giant platform basically in the sky of like yeah,
Mhm.
maybe. Oh, there's also Space. Remember the Netflix series that ended? It's like no longer happening.
Oh,
Lost
yeah,
in
Lost in
Space.
Space. Yeah.
That was a pretty good one.
That was a good series. They ended it though, unfortunately.
This is weird. It
All right, we
never
got
came to a conclusion.
so follow up. Oh, by the way, yeah. So a little follow up on this, like AI. There's like Neuralink. You know how Elon and they've been working on this Neuralink where they implant like things into your brain that can help you move things. I think
like that.
I mean, I think the future is going to be mixed. There's dangers, but there's also incredible potentials. I think robots are going to be able to do things for us that are incredible. I also think technologies like Neuralink could have incredible advancements, especially for people with severe, whether it's brain injuries or neuromuscular issues that can help people kind of like wire those short circuits. So I anticipate there's going to be a lot there, but with any technology advancements like the internet comes certain things, right? Like social media and some of the degeneracy that comes with that. And so like there's going to be other things. And I think like so for example, like one thing that would worry me is that people start building relationships with AI instead of real people, because AI is easier to get along with and knows you and knows what to say and all of this. And so I think there's going to be a lot of people out there that have like AI companions and not real people. So I think that is a real danger. And then of course, if AI gets sideways, that could
Yeah,
be
may
a
also
problem.
be bad.
Okay, we got a couple other good questions in here. What are your thoughts about free healthcare?
I don't really like that very much. Because then you wonder, well, then where does the money come to pay for that free healthcare?
Mm.
You don't really know, right? Free healthcare would be expensive. Well, typically healthcare is expensive, and ain't just be putting that money on everybody else, right? Also, it's not fair to like everybody, because then that means that you're basically distributing the cost for you to go to healthcare with everybody in the country, right?
Yeah.
And that's not very fair for some people, because like we barely go. Like, how often do we ever go to the doctor, right?
Not many times.
And then somebody else, right? Maybe they're having like surgery or something. Why should we pay for their thing, or like I don't know, a quarter or something of their thing?
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
I mean, it gets unfair because I mean, just like what Will said, I mean, we're not going to the doctor, but these gigantic, I'm not like trying to point them out, but like I mean, these people who
You're talking about people that are maybe obese
yes,
going to the doctor a lot?
they need to go to the doctor, and then we have to pay for your medical bills sometimes. So, or like you guys. So then it's kind of unfair.
When you say we, you mean me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or me and Mom. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about things like, so you're talking about something that is hypothetically in someone's control, how they eat and their behaviors lead to certain health outcomes like obesity, or maybe they're smokers, or maybe they eat really bad food, or maybe they don't eat at all. Like, there's different markers that you could say like are behavioral. But what do you think about somebody who just randomly gets a rare and unavoidable genetic disease?
We still shouldn't. I mean, God took a minute. I'm not trying to be mean here. Oh God, I don't want to.
Max, you're gonna sound like a terrible person.
Yeah, you're just gonna sound.
I'm gonna sound like a terrible person.
Yeah.
But that's their problem.
Wow. Really, Max? You wouldn't want to help them out a little bit?
I mean, it's your guys' money, and I mean, that's basically just like
someday it'll be your money. I mean, someday you're gonna be earning money, and so you'll be paying into the system too. Yeah. It's what?
Truth is compassion.
Truth is compassion. Well, it's a tricky question. I think the reality, you've always hit on a lot of good stuff. So there's accountability. So if we were to have, I personally the idea of a universal healthcare is growing on me. However, I think there needs to be an accountability framework in it. It's like for example, like our family has gone to the doctor for non-wellness checks. I can count on one hand in the last 10 years how many times we've gone to the doctor, because we tend to, try to make good choices in our lives for health. Not everybody does that, so they end up going to the doctor more. They put extra weight and things onto the system. But there are people that have unavoidable things that are not by choice. Let's say certain types of cancer, or children that get cancer. Like, I do feel like there are certain there are certain diseases that might qualify for that. And I think like general care, like if you want like sort of your wellness checks, your general care, when you need antibiotics, like when you do the basic stuff, going in and getting taken care of, and then you have some kind of like extreme care policies, having that in a universal system, I think could be fair and beneficial. The higher earners in the system might pay more into it than the lower earners, but ultimately that it keeps the population healthy. That seems reasonable. The other thing though that I would like to see, and boys, this is a part of the healthcare system we maybe haven't talked about as much, but there's a ton of litigious activity in healthcare. So meaning like lawyers are always looking for like, how can I, sue or find malpractice or whatever. And so when you go into a doctor's office, there's like 10 admins for every doctor because of regulations, laws, and litigious nature. And so I think if we could root that out, we bring the costs down of healthcare significantly. So I think there is a way to do it, but not like in the current method. Like if I was to look at other universal methods, like what the Native Americans have or the VA has, they're horrible. And so like if those are the models that we have in this country. I know other countries have stuff, so we could look at and evaluate those perhaps. Okay.
How many?
Wow, we got.
How many genders are there?
Oh boy.
Okay, well, guess what?
Now
I'll
we're
tell you
getting-
this. Listen, stop texting
2.
it. There's only 2, male and female.
That's not a gender, Max. That's a sex.
Yeah. So
So what's a gender though?
a gen. Oh.
Yes.
You know this.
So gender is like.
Gender is a made-up term,
Oh yeah.
and to other people,
There's only 2.
So- gender is supposedly what you think you are.
Yes.
Gender
It's
and
a
sex are 2
self-identity.
totally different things.
Yeah, there's only
So-
2.
According to that, then
Male.
there are practically infinite genders,
Mm,
but there's only 2 sexes.
Yeah.
Male and female. Oh, my.
yeah. Do you have a? I mean, do you have a problem if people want to claim that they're some kind of infinite gender?
I mean, but like, I honestly don't care about them. Or that sounds so mean. I don't really care about. I
You care
don't-
about them, but not.
I don't really care about what they do as long as they're not, like, just being very public about it and stuff.
Mhm.
I identify as a Walmart bin. Is that okay? It says if I identify as a Walmart bin, is that okay?
I mean, technically, by the standard, yes, you can be whatever you want, right? Oh, somebody came in. I hate Elon. I hate Trump. I hate you, Taco. Okay, yeah.
Well, thank you.
Beautiful,
Taco.
beautiful.
I mean,
Really-
like, I agree.
really
with the taco
insightful.
Well, I
part.
mean, yesterday
adding-
was Taco Tuesday.
Adding a lot to the conversation. You have no idea what we're talking about. That is not a critique.
Why
just
is
so you know.
Elon a Nazi?
I love these people because they have no like rational logic or thought, and they just attack.
Like, why is
If you have an
Elon-
actual
it doesn't make any
critique, would love to
sense.
hear it, but those are just inflammatory comments.
If you have a critique, tell us what it is and also why you believe that, and then we
Yeah.
can maybe talk about it.
What are your thoughts about Trump's second term so far? We kind of touched on this earlier, but it's early, but there's some things going well. There's some things that we'd like to see maybe done differently. Like, honestly, I don't think they're going hard enough.
Man, but, like, there's a lot of things I feel like that they've done. Honestly,
A
there's
lot.
more things that I remember in this term so far than in the last 4 years. Like,
Yeah.
I don't. Genuinely, I can't think of one thing that Biden did that was good in my mind.
He did a few things.
I can't think of any off the top of my head though.
Oh, that's
Maybe
a
the-
good question. Oh.
He did the I think the CHIPS Act had some good things to it. Okay, well, because
Yeah,
we
I
didn't bring manufacturing of he ran through the CHIPS Act, which was I might have it termed wrong, but bringing manufacturing of microchips back to incentivizing building more of those here, which is almost like a national security issue. And so there's some benefits to that. If I was to say like one thing that he did, that was one of them. He kept standing through his term. That was another. All right, let's.
And he kept standing that he was shot at.
I'm almost all the time.
Whoa, that one.
But almost honestly, like that's in the past. I don't know if it does a whole lot of good to like look back on what I get tired of those conversations. I think I'd like to look forward. Okay.
Dad, who would you rather have president, Biden or Putin?
There's a you question
Where's that?
right there.
I say Putin, honestly.
Well, if Putin is operating within our system, I think he's a much
Yeah,
stronger
he's much
president.
more.
If he is not in charge of Russia at the time, then yes.
Yeah.
If he's in charge of Russia, he might try to.
So people don't take this
You
out
know.
of context. He would be operating, with limited power in our governance system. Then at least he's conscious, and I think he is very. And like the other thing is like, would he be operating in the best interest of America the way that he feels like he might be, operating in the best interest of Russia? So that's a kind of a weird trick question, but certainly he's more with it.
Yeah.
Then
Any
Biden.
other questions, Dad?
Let's
Yeah, let's see
see.
here. Americans have a good. Let's see here.
So we take like, oh, never mind.
Just looking. Sorry. Reading.
Down.
Reading.
Cool.
There's a few comments about gender. I'm trying to catch up here to
Gender.
Gender's a hot topic.
Well, duh. I mean, well, duh, we're like in school break because first of all, we're out of school, and we don't have to do math
I love
or
math.
science. Oh my god,
I'm doing math actually in this thing.
Yeah, I want to tell people. So you're in a camp. You finished up school a couple
Yes,
weeks ago, and now you're in some camps.
Yep, I am doing a lot of good things, or a lot of things I like,
You want to
including math.
talk about some of the things you're doing?
Yeah, it's in a camp.
So you're doing advanced math, Will?
Beyond 8th grade math.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm doing, well, I mean, of course, I'm doing football. And then I got speech and debate. So those are the two that I'm going to be doing in this camp that we're doing this summer.
Yeah.
It's only for June, though. So.
Are you going to be debating any liberals in your debate class?
Yes, actually, everyone in this class are liberals.
Really? Are you outnumbered?
Yes, I am.
It's more of a challenge.
I mean, literally, no one is on my side.
Really?
I debated a
How do you know?
Well, it's because first of all, everyone I just learned this because of the Waymo, and then also most of them I was like, hey, I like Trump. There's only one guy, but like everyone else is against Trump.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, doesn't mean they're bad.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe they're compromising on things.
I do have this.
If they're not compromising, then that's bad. But hopefully they're compromising.
I do have this one guy who's just like right next to me, but he is a Trump fan and he loves playing golf. Dad, his best score was he said like a 39.
Oh my gosh, that's so much better than mine.
He plays like every day.
That's pretty good for your age.
My best is 50.
Yeah. Well, we're going to work on that this summer. Hey, we had another good question.
That's wrong.
I want to pose this one to you guys. So the question is, do you believe homosexual individuals should have the same rights as heterosexual individuals? You know,
what are homosexual and heterosexual?
It's basically
heterosexual, I think, is normal, right?
Gay versus straight people. Do you think they should have the same rights?
Which one's straight? Which one is heterosexual or gay?
Max. Hetero is.
Oh, heterosexual is me? Okay. So.
Maybe like they do.
Well, homosexual versus heterosexual. Do you believe that they should have the same rights? That's the question.
Maybe like. I feel like, yeah.
Yeah. Because, I mean, we're still the same citizens of the U.S.
You're still, you're still a person, right? So you still should have the exact same rights as the person right next to you. Just a black person has the same rights as a white person.
Yeah.
Woman has the same rights as a female.
So
a male has the same rights as a female.
So to make it very clear, you think man, woman, black, white, race, gay, straight.
I don't care.
They have they have the same rights.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Fair.
Any other questions?
That's good. That's a good question.
What's a good question?
Hopefully we answer that as clearly as possible.
Oh yeah. Boom.
Oh, here's a woke. Well, okay. As a Christian, it's important to care for those around you, no matter what. No matter who they are. Oops. Let's see. I'm sorry. No matter who they are, free healthcare is necessary to follow Christ's image in the world. We actually just had a podcast with a pastor today. So what do you guys think about this? That's good. It's interesting and thought-provoking question. Thank you, Ryder.
Well,
yes, you can go. I kind of blinked out on the question.
Yeah.
The question is, should we offer free healthcare because that's what Jesus would do?
No. Listen here, guys.
So first of all,
if
you don't know what Jesus would actually do, you're actually just basically saying oh, if he actually was here, then he actually would do that. But no, because I mean, most of you think whatever you think, Jesus is like, yeah, that's fine, But no, I mean, in the Bible, he has rules. There's also basically, yeah, I mean,
he still encourages self-responsibility, not you paying for somebody else.
So no.
Yeah. And back to like this, I don't know if this person joined in late, but we did talk about universal healthcare. We're open to it if there is personal accountability in it, meaning like if there are life choices that lead to extensive healthcare costs, then those should be covered by the person. So there has to be an incentive there for people to be healthy. Otherwise, like it's a broken system. And there's also a huge litigious nature to our healthcare system, and if we could get that out of it, that would open things up more.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see here. Somebody asked why Trump is innocent of his felonies. Did we ever claim he was innocent of his felonies?
You're like,
these are the paper.
Isn't it where the thing was never actually settled, but he hasn't been he hasn't gotten any there's no how do I wait, what's the name of it? It's the
felonies are from the paperwork. I'd say it's like
he hasn't been charged yet, right?
Yeah,
he hasn't been sentenced,
but he's been charged.
So he doesn't have any felonies then.
He does. He's been convicted of 34 counts of the same crime for his hush money case with Stormy Daniels, which was essentially, did he misappropriate funds from his campaign? Did they go into the wrong spot? And so ultimately the paying hush money is not a crime. The way that the technicality on how he used the money could have been a crime. And that doesn't remove like the moral implications of this whole situation. But I mean, I think we let it work itself out in the courts. We're not saying he's innocent. We are saying that I would say like
it is kind of weird that like they're suing him after I think all these things happened like a while ago, right?
Yeah, it's hard to dispute the lawfare elements of this. You had people running for office like Letitia James that basically ran on the promise of Orange Man bad, I will find crime against Orange Man. That is the definition of lawfare. And then you take him to court with a motivated judge in a motivated district, and you're going to get the outcome that happened. So, but it's also like not like he has 34 felony counts. And people are like, how do you feel about like it's not illegal to elect a felon to the presidency. So I think you all are gonna have to get over that and find a new argument. Maybe argue against his policies instead of
I mean, literally, if he cured cancer, every single person on the left would be like, well, now you're canceling jobs because now all these cancer patients will not need any more doctors. They will not be able to appreciate what Trump does, no matter what happens.
That is exactly the reaction that we would get. Yeah. Trump cured cancer? How dare he? How many jobs are you going to put on? Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Let's see. We got some other questions here. This is great. Okay. Yeah. I love this one person. Aston, you don't need to put in there 50 times. We get it. We get your question. We just answered it. Okay.
Just put it once. Any others on Instagram also? Or is that person... What do you think about Jim Crow laws?
So a person should be left to die if they can't pay their medicals. You know that never happens. No, like if anybody's in life, and if anybody goes to the ER, their life will be saved. So like, stop with these fear-mongering things.
Gotta scroll all the way down.
Why do we keep doing like penguin, apple?
The boys aren't. I don't think the boys are familiar with Jim Crow laws.
No, I feel like weren't they like around the Civil War or something?
After.
Yeah.
Basically like oppressive to blacks.
What do you guys think about Jim Crow laws? Well, they're bad.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what else do you expect us to say? They're the best thing ever?
There's like if you're direct or indirectly like keeping people down because of their race or ethnicity, then that's bad. Like it's pretty clear.
Any others on Instagram?
Or wait, look. I mean, it's about to hit 45.
Yeah, we'll probably wrap it up soon here. So, is any other
Let's take
things
like
coming?
one more question. 2, 3, whatever.
Yeah.
Search your best, Dad. Find the best question that there is right now.
And guys, if you
And
have
we
a
will
good
answer
question,
it and
put it
say
in
goodbye.
immediately. We'll take about 20 seconds.
All right.
Do 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 do.
All right. Well, let's wrap it up. 45 minutes in. That was fun. So we'll do Alpha Hour every week, and it's kind of fun. We'll probably queue up different topics and then take questions. This was fun. I appreciate everybody chiming in. Some tough questions, some fun questions. So always good.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on. We'll see you in the next one.
Hasta la vista.
See ya.